Good morning and welcome to the Daily Nudge. I do pray we're a blessing to you. It's been a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. Let's get right into today's nudge. Today's nudge is this: do the things you judge others for not doing. Let me read that again. Do the things you judge others for not doing. Do the things you judge others for not doing. Let's be honest, most of us are experts at judging other people. Man, we can throw it out there. We are the best judges that God has ever created. We make fun of people. We'll go to Walmart. We'll see somebody dressed in their pajamas, but we don't look in the mirror on how we're dressed. But we're judging them. At least I'm not that bad. Or you judge somebody because they don't help. You're constantly tearing them apart because they don't help. Or, oh, look how lazy they are as you're sitting there pushing the remote control on the television or playing a video game. You're criticizing someone else for being lazy. Or, oh, they just never show up. Do you show up? You're always constant. You're judging people. All of us, we make judgment of other people. We'll say, oh, they're so selfish. But I ask you, how are you doing with that? We all have running commentary. Every one of us has a running commentary on how other people fail. Well, man, I know how to live other people's lives. I'm pretty good at living other people's lives. And I know how they should do something, how they should do it better. And we're really good at that running commentary of other people's failures. But I think, I think we do that because it makes us feel superior. At least I'm not that bad. At least I'm not on that level. And we become people that judge other people because it really, to be honest with you, makes us feel better about ourselves. It also gives us something to talk about. But here is the truth for today. Our judgment of others is often a reflection of what we refuse to do ourselves. Our judgment of others is often a reflection, or you could say a mirror, of what we refuse to do ourselves. We like to judge other people for, oh, look how dumbed down they are in their dressing, or they just look sloppy or something, but we don't look at ourselves. We like to judge them, but we don't judge ourselves. Oh, look how they take care of that or don't take care of that. And it makes us feel better about ourselves, but it's not about you criticizing people for not helping. It's not about you're standing back going, this is what they're not doing. That's not what it is. I want to ask you this question on that mirror reflecting. When's the last time you really helped somebody? Not when it was convenient for you to help them, but I mean when it really cost you time. It really cost you effort. Cost you comfort. You weren't able to be in the comfort zone that you're normally in. Instead of judging people, you got involved. You're judging other people and saying, why aren't they getting involved? And yet you are not involved yourself. When's the last time, I get this tickles me in church. Somebody will walk in, they haven't been there for a while, and they'll make a call. They'll go, well, where is everybody? Why is the church not full? Well, you know what? Last week it was pretty full. You weren't here. But they like to judge other because I'm here. Look at me. I've walked into the door. This place should be just hopping because I'm here now. And they make a judgment. But when's the last time you canceled something? When's the last time you didn't show up? When's the last time you ghosted somebody? Or you checked in just halfway? You talk about how nobody cares today. You just say, nobody cares today. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you care? Are you concerned about other people? Do you really care? So here's my challenge for today. Here's my nudge for today. Do the things you judge other people for not doing. Do the things you judge other people for not doing. If you say people don't help, well, then you help today. You help generously, quietly. You don't announce it, you just do it. Instead of judging other people for not being involved or not helping, you be the one that helps. Don't judge people on the fact that they're not helping. You just become what you are criticizing other people for. Because often we criticize people because of our failures. And we want to, at least I look better than them. So the next thing, if you say people don't listen, here's an idea. Be quiet and listen to other people talk. You know, it's funny to me. I have found out in my short career of life that people want to be heard. They don't want to hear you. They want to be heard. And you'll say about somebody else, well, they won't listen. Why? Because you want to get your story out. Well, why don't you step back and say, you know what? Tell me your story. Tell me about your life. Let me know what's going on. And you sit there and listen to their story. I love people's stories. I love listening to people tell me about their life. I love looking, when I visit somebody's house, I love looking at their pictures. I know that's a little weird, but I do like to know people's histories. I did that with my grandparents. I do that with my parents. I went downstairs and got the pictures out. And I said, what about this one? What about this one? Because I want to listen. But don't judge other people for not listening to you when you're not listening. Let's see, here's another one. If you say people aren't faithful, then show up. You be faithful. If you say people don't care about God, well, then why don't you pray and care about God? Oh, they don't pray enough. I've had people criticize me on different things, and you have too, and they'll come up and say stuff, and I'll say to them, I happen to know that you don't read your Bible. I happen to know that you don't have much of a prayer life. Don't judge others until you're ready to be judged. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. But here is my call to action for today. The spiritual angle first. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7, verse 5, he said, "Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote that is in thy brother's eye." God didn't say, don't get the mote out of your brother's eye. God didn't say, don't help your brother with the problem that it's in his eye. He said, get your life straight before you start to go to try to help other people. You get your life in order before you go to help somebody else. Don't be going around judging people for the same mote that you have in your eye for the mote that they have in your eye, or in their eye. And actually yours is a beam. Theirs is just a little speck. So before you help somebody else, make sure that you get the hypocrisy out of your own life and become what you criticize others for. And so here's the call to action. What do you complain about the most in other people? What's the things you're always criticizing? So here's the action. Go and do that today, what you criticize others for not doing, and they should be doing. You're tearing people apart because they don't do whatever, you know what it is, at work or whatever. Well, you do it. You do it. You become the person that you're judging other people for. You better make sure that you're doing it too. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about that beam that's in your own eye. But thanks for joining me today here on The Nudge. Let's do the simple thing, and that's look inward and look in the mirror. And just tell ourselves, you know what, before I start tearing somebody else apart, I'm going to look at my own life and do the thing that I judge others for that I'm not doing myself. I'm going to do what's right to be done. But I certainly appreciate you joining me here on The Daily Nudge. It's going to be an exciting day. Got real estate ripping and running. I'm excited about church. Yesterday was awesome. Hey, if you need a church, give me a holler. I'd like to help you out. I want to grow Eastgate Baptist Church. I want it to grow into something great. I want it to be a blessing to God. And then once we get it great and going, I'm getting up there in years. I'm not old, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm not that spring chicken anymore. I'd like to build a wonderful church and then bring in some young leadership into that church and just take it to the next level. I'm excited about that. And then, hey, I do real estate. I'd love to help you out with your real estate needs. If I can't help you, but you know somebody else, refer me to them. I would certainly appreciate that. That would help me out with retirement and expenses in my own personal life so I can continue to be the pastor that I want to be for other people. Hey, thanks again for joining me. This is The Daily Nudge. I'm Dan Barnes, coming to you right here from Cincinnati, Ohio, right here in my hallway hideaway at my house. I want to build a studio, and eventually I'm going to, I hope and I pray, I judge other people for not doing stuff. Maybe I need to build my studio and get it going. But you have a great day. Thanks again for joining me, and we will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.